2, like you wanna.
Okay, now have you ever been with a player? Take you downtown where they treat me like the mayor. Take you to the crib where you take it upstairs. What's upstairs? Shit, I'ma show you later. Don't need a spatula, everything catered. Extra flavor. Go ahead, sprinkle some truffle on your mashed potatoes. I'm tryna love you. Is you gon' love me back? You only get what you give. Ain't you heard of that? Look here, I don't ask for much. You know what I want. I just want what's fair.
Hey, Eric! You know what it is, man. Wings Whiskey and Sports back again. That ain't it. Not a full house today, but you know, sometimes less is more.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Listen, we only needed us from the beginning. Okay, we didn't need you two motherfuckers.
Hey, harsh word. Ryan Russell. I'm Ernest Drummond. On the ones and twos, we got Donald Vaughn. Oh man, I'm gonna steal something from I saw something on the Breakfast Club, so I'm gonna steal it. Right, black people check, see where your blackness lies. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was to say to you, "God is good," how do you reply?
All the time.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. I had to bring it up. Candace Owens was on Breakfast Club.
She's doing her Black Redemption tour right now.
She's trying to get back.
She out here.
You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get back invited to the cookout.
Yo, it's so funny.
But they asked her, just hilarious goes, God is good. And she says, Amen.
Shut the fuck up.
That ain't it. Yo, that ain't the one.
Did they stop the show?
They corrected her. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I feel like even in passing, you pick this shit up. Like, you don't got it. Like,
even if you into pop culture, you know what it is.
Amen.
Oh, man. So, for those of you with eyeballs, we're missing a few. You know what I'm saying? A few people down for the count. So start. John Gervais decided he wanted to do a fantasy baseball draft.
Baseball. Oh, that's why he's not here.
Yeah, that's why he's not.
Oh,
here.
you're doing okay.
Yeah, he's big money fantasy baseball draft. Can't come to the show because I got this draft. Shohei Ohtani. I got to put some money on the man. Where your money lies.
Put him on waivers. We don't know where he's gonna be at right now.
Then you got Christopher Terry-Tendaye Smith. You know, who just now every Monday he has a workout. Yeah. You know,
he don't work out.
He don't work out.
He don't do nothing.
He don't work out. He's
absolutely
chauffeur.
nothing.
I get it though, because Ian Smith is the next up and coming.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out to Neff.
The boss.
You know
he the next Kyrie Irving.
Shout out to Neff for doing his thing. And then you got Daryl Johnson, Dr. Daryl Johnson.
He is not the next Kyrie Irving. He should have told. He was telling himself he was. He should have stopped.
Who decided he wanted to relive his glory days? You know what I'm saying? He said, "I'm gonna step back on this court with these 20-somethings."
Outrageous.
Yeah, it ain't last long. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns. Daryl Johnson's out with a torn Achilles. You too old to get a torn Achilles,
I don't know why people keep trying to play games with Father Time. He never loses. Father Time ain't never lost.
So was he playing his students? Or was he playing 20?
His story is he was. So when I said that, he said, no, they was a little bit older. Dog, you were playing your high school students.
It was a staff for students.
And you tore your ACL play. He talking about, no, I was out there cooking.
He said he played 10 games. I was like, dog, 10 games is a lot of games at our age.
We wasn't playing 10 games.
10 games is a lot of games.
The accusation was wild in itself. You know how
in
you
my
just
20s,
10 games,
maybe 3.
Yeah, 10 games is a lot.
If 3.
2 and impossill. You know what I'm saying? And I got to win all 3.
10 games?
Yeah, that's wild.
What was you playing, the 2?
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Nobody
first one to 2.
Down. Nope.
7.
Count 2-pointers.
7.
Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. Today we are drinking the French Oak Maker's Mark number 46, Old Faithful. You know what I'm saying? Solid. It's a go-to, man. It's one of the things like
solid burger.
It's hard to miss with the Maker's Mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not nothing that's gonna blow your socks off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's what you need
to get there, it's gonna get you there.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna take
For
you where
those
you gotta
of you
go.
out there that's watching the show, you know how we like to spark this thing, man. We do it every time. We drinking libation, so you drinking libation. So go ahead and grab said libation, pour said libation in the one red cup, raise that red cup in the air one time for the one time.
Cheers.
All right, so Ern, I want to make this disclaimer.
Okay.
Today, you and I talk. Things are going to look a little different. We're going to be on the time schedule today, Ryan.
We're going to try.
What the fuck is that? Why you saying it to me?
I mean, he's talking to the right one.
Because you wasn't here for the original.
And you are a chronic violator of the time.
You know what?
So
it's fine. It's fine. What, you going to give me a signal?
He's going with 11 minutes per topic.
No, but we're not doing that. So also more breaking news. More breaking news. The Wings, Whiskey, and Sports podcast has decided to transition from pause to
no Diddy.
No Diddy. We're no Diddy now.
We are now a no
Diddy show
affiliate.
And sponsor.
You know what I'm saying? Moving with the trend, you know, you got to keep up with the Joneses. We, as well as most other major podcasts, have transitioned from pause to no Diddy. So I'm saying, so therefore, if you out there, you want to give them a breakdown of what no Diddy means? And for those that might be living under a rock?
I mean, clearly, allegedly, Sean P. Diddy Combs is an habitual line stepper. Habitual line stepper. He's crossing all the lines, state and federal. He's out here getting raided by the feds.
He don't believe in gender roles.
Yeah, life is getting real crazy for him right now, man. Like allegedly, but shit. So, in light of all the alleged sex trafficking SA joints,
you throwing out charges.
I mean, these are what the charges are. The abuse allegations. You know, pause is no Diddy. Pause equals no Diddy.
No Diddy equals pause.
And no Diddy equals pause.
There it is.
Bam.
Anything sus.
What'd you say?
Anything sus.
Can what?
No Diddy. Can be no Diddy.
I thought you said anything sus can get it. I was like, wow.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
So you see how this works? Before we get to sports,
but hold on.
Go ahead.
But by no means are we taking the situation with these young ladies lightly.
No, not at all.
Just putting that out there.
So I mean, here's the thing. We I think this podcast we're a wait and see type podcast, right? We allegations are just those. They're allegations.
They're allegations.
And until they're
proven, treat them as such.
We'll treat them as such. Until somebody is proven innocent or guilty in the court of law, then we will not make it.
Well, let's just put it.
And also, I mean,
the trial starts.
I mean,
the trial starts.
You know, we stand for the victims and their experiences and like all that, but like also some shit is funny.
Yeah.
So
I mean, sometimes
laugh at my pain.
I'm going to make a joke. And I'm not going to apologize for it because it's going to come out and I can't help it. Like, what do you want? I'm going to try to stop it, but it's not going to happen.
For those unfamiliar with the show, Ryan Russell has made jokes of worse.
It's not going to stop. It is what it is.
I.e. DeMar Hamlin.
Don't even get me started.
He still got 2 or 3 jokes in that.
Yeah, I know. Don't even get me started.
Another first. We breaking norms today. We are watching a woman's NCAA basketball game in the midst of the show.
Absolutely are.
100%.
100%. Another for Caitlyn Clark's on the television screen. Iowa's down 5-8 right now. We'll see how that turns out.
Playing whoever plays for West Virginia.
And them. And them.
It's probably Jennifer on there.
All right. So
Jesus.
Did you watch? Not getting to the sports talk, but just in general, you watch FreakNick Documentary?
Not yet.
You ain't get into that?
Not yet.
Absolutely.
Don, you got into that?
Not yet. Not yet.
I
wasn't ready for it.
Shout out to Mark Lamont Hill.
That was gonna be my one. That was gonna be the one question I was gonna present. When did Mark Lamont Hill become the founder? I mean, the historian of the FreakNick.
Never attended a FreakNick.
That's what I felt like. I felt
He's the narrator?
Bro, he got more
Yes.
time than Uncle Luke.
How?
He got more time on
The closest he even admitted on there is that his brother Leonard went to Morehouse and did attend,
but not
Mark.
But so
Mark was in high school.
I'm about to say he wasn't old enough.
So now you
Mark
know
is my
Mark.
age.
You know Mark. Mark's never attended the FreakNick, is what you said.
Mark's never attended.
Mark got more airtime than Jermaine Dupri, Luke, the people that started the FreakNick, the most airtime on
Well,
the
you know what?
documentary.
Listen,
I ain't mad at
I would say I give him credit for that. Like, however you finagled that, you clearly talk.
Hey, Mark, if you
speak
watch
better, like you finagled it. Good for
Shout
you,
out
dog.
to you.
Good for you.
Listen. So
I'm always
We
going to go
hit
with Fred.
because on Twitter they was frying them,
Oh, yeah.
just like what y'all was
We
saying.
had a little bit of jokes about
They
it.
was like, I don't need Mark be telling me about nothing about FreakNick. What people don't know.
Listen, here's what.
Let's leave it at that.
Mark was speaking intelligent about a lot of things, but he's kind of one point he was like, yeah, sometimes things like FreakNick gotta die, right? He goes there, so I'm like, okay, but then he was like. Then he comes back 2 seconds later, like, as black people, we need things like FreakNick. And I'm like, wait a minute, Mark. It's all over the place, bro. Stick to the script. No, it was a real informative.
That shit, I'm gonna watch it, but that shit definitely had to die.
It is my personal. I think it was really well documentary.
It was
because it wasn't centered. You think
the craziness?
That's what you want to see. But it started with the history, how it started the Black College Weekend. The
DC
kids from
Metro
DC
Club
came down. They propositioned it up that thing. They built it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they spoke to, the downfall of it was the mainstream. It wasn't the college kids, which everybody wants to blame.
Yeah.
It was the 40,
the people coming out.
same thing that happened here.
Oh, yeah. They don't agree.
The
random motherfuckers coming out and then they're fucking it up for everybody.
But can you imagine if the Turnpike cookout?
I don't want that live.
I've never had an issue at the Turnpike cookout.
We didn't
I know,
have.
but can you imagine if it grew to the? That's how it started.
Because that's not what it was supposed to be. The Turnpike cookout was always a family-friendly event.
There you go.
Where you could bring.
But this is how this started. It was
John. It was always a family-friendly event. It was never going to be nothing more than a family-friendly event. Always has been, always will be. Okay.
No Diddy.
Okay. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Nah, really. Listen, for those who haven't seen it, I would highly recommend going to watch it. It's very informative. I mean, if you even care about that type of thing, how it bolstered the music scene. I mean, the African American music scene in ATL. How eventually, and it spoke to the economy and how eventually it was. People think the canceling of FreakNick was just because of the debauchery that was going on, but it was political, right? It was like
the Olympics.
It was the Olympics took part in it. Like you had to make a decision, like, do we want this or do we want that? Okay, we gonna.
The Olympics is going to bring billions, where the FreakNick only brings brings millions.
Yeah,
it brings millions.
That ain't a billion.
It ain't a billion.
That ain't a billion.
And it kind of destroys the city for a weekend. And then just like they do Myrtle Beach, Bike Week down Myrtle Beach, they make it impossible for you to enjoy yourself because they block off all the exits. So if you jump on the expressway to go from point A to point B, you get to point B and you go to get off the expressway and it don't have you getting no exits is open until you 3 miles out of the.
Yeah.
Like if you're not from Atlanta,
you stuck.
Yeah. And you gotta and this is at a time there's no GPS.
Yeah.
You got
so you can't go in and out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how they killed it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them things. It's kind of like South Beach, right? Like, these cities will absolutely.
They'll love it too. They can't love it no more.
They'll love it until they don't need it anymore. Right?
Need it, but
until
like
the
until
economy hit a stage where,
until the negative press outgrows the positive.
But like the costs are more than it's given. Like I can't. you can give me $3 million, but if I gotta house a bunch of people because I'm putting them on, petty arrests and all this shit, you're destroying property. Like, now they cost me $3 million to how then I made $2 million. It ain't worth it no more. And like, this shit gotta go. And I think FreakNick, honestly, it went away at the right time because.
But it wasn't
social media age,
as Mark Lamont Hill said, sometimes things like FreakNick gotta die.
but it wasn't supposed
social
to be
media age, the video, the age, like, dog, that shit would have been. It was supposed crazy.
To be. It was supposed to be these group of students that was at the Morehouse, Clark, Spelman. You know what I mean? Couldn't get home for spring break. They couldn't afford it. So
that was
it's
party.
Warm enough down here. Let's party down here.
Right.
Let's invite neighboring schools. So 85, 86, all the way, going up
all the way
up
to the 90s. It was
cool.
cold aesthetic.
It was just a cookout. It was a picnic.
It was the turnpike. It was pretty
cookout.
nasty. It was the same type of situation.
Yeah.
But 90s came.
Somebody caught wind of it.
And it exploded. Yeah. Rappers start coming, basketball players.
Well, they said they also spoke to the fact that it started getting mentioned on TV shows like Different World.
A Different World.
Yeah, saying like they talking about FreakNick on these big networks, and people like
the name gives you a false
sense of what it
is.
Yeah.
And they said they named it FreakNick after the song Shayla Freak, which wasn't really about sexual
Do we
behavior.
believe that, guys?
No.
I mean, listen,
not even a little bit.
That's what the founder said.
Hey, I don't believe that.
If you interview me 20 years later, I might,
I gotta find a fun story for that.
I'm gonna put a PC spin on that motherfucker too, though. But I'm just saying, like,
but that's what they said, so I'm running with it.
If I can't go home and we're all stuck here,
we know what it is.
The FreakNick is what it would.
You know what it is.
What it is.
Well, go ahead. Next topic.
Less eyes out here.
FreakNick?
Would I?
Would you have intended FreakNick back in the day?
I don't know. I mean, like after Bible study, perhaps I would have drove past it, but like I don't know. Yeah. Probably wasn't on my list of things to do.
Especially 06, 07, 08, 09.
Don, you'd have been in there every year. You'd have been
yo.
Yeah,
Don would have been there.
They even went.
Don would have been there on a motorcycle with a fucking leather vest with no shirt.
Zing, zing. With some chaps.
Zing, 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 zing.
No Diddy. No Diddy. No Diddy, dog.
But listen.
Whoa. I don't want that visual, man.
But wait. They did say what also killed FreakNick was 40-year-old niggas was showing up. Like, where the party at? They were like, this is for college students.
No, that's absolutely what
if they brought, I'm telling you 100% right now, I'm looking at the camera. They bring the Greek picnic back to Philadelphia, I'm there. Not the old school Greek.
We're supposed to be there.
The Greek. They bring that back.
Oh shit. I ain't gonna hold you. They couldn't have that without us anyway, because like they wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't know how to make that shit an event.
But do you know they brought in 2018? They brought back the FreakNick. The FreakNick's been going back on since.
Yeah, but it's not. It's
a concert now.
It's a concert. I ain't mad at it.
Because festivals are the thing now. Like festivals are the thing. So that's what it is.
So it's a concert out in the park, one day, one and done. Clean it up, get it out.
All right, let's get to some sports.
There we go.
Let's get into some sports. So we watching Caitlyn Clark, right?
Yeah.
Caitlyn Clark said some things.
She did.
That spurned a national conversation, right? A line of thought that a lot of people subscribe to. We actually talked about it a little bit on this show, right? We talked about it. Caitlyn Clark said people are more excited about the women's side,
Jesus Christ,
than they are the men's side.
No, I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, yeah,
that was just wild. Like, as you say it, I'm sorry.
More excited about the women's side than the men's side, right? And now there's a line of thought that people are like more interested in the women's tournament, women's college basketball, than men's college basketball. Where does that sit? Where does that lie?
Oh man, it's tough because like okay, answer no, that's not true.
I think we're in agreement on that.
That's not true. However, I will be honest, like I know Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark better than I know any of the men's players right now.
Probably
most of the men's players.
No, all of them.
I mean, like Baycott's still there, but I mean they're out, so I mean, like that doesn't really fucking matter anymore. And so yeah, like so, but like to that. So I think the interest is in y'all,
Mm-hmm.
but the interest is not in the tournament. The tournament, the men's tournament
It's better.
It's still better. It's still crazy. It's
men's
still
tournament hit the lid week.
Round one was crazy, and people still like it's huge. People are still watching it. I've dabbled in this women's tournament, but I'm really only watching to watch Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark. Like I don't really care about
Carolina.
Yeah, like in South Carolina. Like I haven't watched anybody else.
Right.
So no, it's not the same. It's not. I'm not more interested in the game. I'm interested in you, Caitlyn Clark, who had the statement, and watching her play and watching what she does. But like no,
I think the men's game has gotten to the point where like there's no person that stands out.
Yeah.
Right. Because everybody is so good. Right. So now what you get is you got an equilibrium in the men's game, whereas the women's game, we have the two names. Right.
Agreed.
And then let's keep it funky. Like people going to say like, oh, it's the women's game. No, it's not. Like you said, it's the two names.
I'm watching that.
It's the three teams.
Yeah.
You got Iowa, you got LSU, you got South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Those are the three teams. And outside of that, it's the same dynamic. Yeah. Like you could care less, right? Yeah. We're praying that it's Iowa versus LSU in the championship. Right.
They better keep going because I don't want to see nobody else.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and to say that more people are more interested, I think it's a poorly worded phrase.
Yeah.
I think you can say people are more interested in women's basketball than they've ever been.
That's okay. Right? That's fair.
But they're not more interested in women's basketball than men's basketball. I think that's a myth, and I think the ratings will show that. Like, I can't if this is Iowa versus West Virginia. There was a game on before this. I can't even remember.
I don't know who that was, and it was on the TV. I was like, it was on the TV.
And we were watching.
I have no idea who played.
So, like,
I don't know who won. I don't know who was playing.
So it's a big up. It's a big up to.
They have the opportunity.
So here's the crazy.
But like,
they had the opportunity.
I don't care. Like, I just don't
they had the opportunity to succeed, to surpass what they've done, which is what you want to do.
Yeah, level up.
That's a shout out and a golf clap to them for that. But at the same time, right? At the same time, I'm looking at these players, bro, and I'm like, and people. You can knock me for saying this, but like I like Angel Reese really more for her personality than her game, right? Like she's not nothing generational
because we know,
there's nothing generational about Angel Reese. Like she's
crazy.
Not Candace Parker,
no,
she's not Cheryl Swoops,
no,
right? She's not Dawn Staley,
nope,
right? But her personality, it's alluring. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that she has so much confidence. And self-belief like that draws people. So I love that part about it. Caitlyn Clark, she's good. Is she when she gets to the WNBA, she's gonna be the best player?
I don't know if she'll be the best player. She's gonna be top. She'll be top 5.
She has more generation. She has more
talent.
Put in the quote, generational talent than Angel Reese does.
Agreed.
Right, and that's more because of the shooting. But does she shoot better than Sabrina Ionescu? No. Right? No. Is she better than Candace Parker? No. Right? Like that's what I'm saying. So these things are like
the wild part. Like if Caitlyn Clark twisted her ankle right now, I'd turn this shit off.
Probably.
Like I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
If Angel Reese twisted her ankle,
I like Flo Janae. That's my girl.
FloJo.
No,
we really don't care.
Cooking,
but we really don't care.
And she was a rapper. Listen, I like the storyline,
but we really don't care.
I like.
We really don't care. We really don't care.
No, so I think people are getting ahead of themselves, right? And it's such a rush to judgment. Like people want to compare women's basketball to men's basketball so fast. We had this conversation last week about men's and women's basketball, right? People want to they the second they get a little flicker, they want to compare it so strongly to men's basketball, and it's just not true. Don, what's your thoughts on this, Don? You got any thoughts? Any?
I agree with you, man. Like I just
that's a first.
That's why I was quiet because I was like, like you know what I mean, like.
It's interesting right now. Like it is interesting. Is it more? No.
No.
They should just.
The competition is more even. The competition is more even, except with those two players. When those two players are on the floor,
it's dynamic.
You're just watching the greatness.
And I love it. I love it for like,
and know that they're going to be
younger generation.
They're going to be
the people that are coming
in
up.
the WNBA.
Yeah.
So you can actually say, I watched him in college. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But like if they lose, like if I was to lose, if
they get
LSU was to lose, like, what are we doing? Like I'm not watching this shit no
But
more.
I love
like,
it. I love it for so y'all have daughters, right? I love it for them.
Oh no, absolutely.
Right?
It's
to see like you're going to see these highlights at Cleveland, or you're going to see these highlights at Angel Reese, and I love that for them. But at the same time,
and you don't want to miss the breaking news, whatever happened. Like when that fight happened, we was watching it. Like we saw that.
Well, Dawn Staley's my girl. Love Dawn Staley. No, I'm saying like that's Dobbins represented. Like I met Dawn Staley several times. Most genuine person, and the way she coaches is the way she talks.
Yeah.
Like the things you hear her when she speaks.
That's the two coaches got beef too.
Oh yeah, Kim Lark is.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim
So
Lark,
I mean, so I guess what women's sports was missing was those storylines. Those type of storylines.
I agree with you on that.
Where player versus player, coach versus coach, team versus team. It's just
because who was the last one? Candace Parker.
This mediocre team playing this mediocre team.
Was probably the last one that we had like a storyline, but that was one person.
Yeah,
that we didn't like. But now we have Dawn Staley, we have Caitlyn Clark, we have Angel Reese, we have FloJo. Like we got people that we can look to
building.
Like pay attention.
So
I agree. I agree. I think there's
going
to
women's sports. They need more storylines. They need
for sure.
They need.
I think they realized that, but I think that they needed better talent to see, because after Candace Parker and then Ionescu came, like there was a gap there too. So now you had Ionescu and now she's going. So now you have not, like, you don't really have the face. Like they didn't have a face that they could point to. And now they've got to, like, when they lose them,
we all agree.
When they lose them, I have no idea what women's basketball NCAA is going to do. Like, we don't really have nobody to watch.
It's just like the WNBA when Dawn Staley and Cheryl Swoops and them retired. Like people stopped watching it.
Well, people didn't really ever watch it.
No, they.
I mean,
but they had names. I can say, all right. Let me speak for myself.
But they were on the same level as this is. Like,
I watched.
You had like two people you were watching.
Dawn Staley to see if somebody got crossed. That she was going to cross somebody, break somebody's ankle. Cheryl used to dunk, so is she going to dunk in this game? Let me watch this game. After they're gone, I don't know who to look for.
So here's the thing, like to your point, like the NBA was built on that same dynamic that you spoke to, right? One of the things that saved the NBA when they were floundering was Magic versus Bird. That became a thing, right? It was a thing, like it was a story, and then Boston versus LA, like it was a thing, like so storylines, like people can
rivalries.
I know people. It's weird. People, I tell people all the time, I love wrestling. Right? Love wrestling.
Yeah.
Right? It is a male soap opera. Mm-hmm. Sports is no different. Mm-hmm. Right? Sports is a male soap opera. Like, I'm watching my team now, and and John Lynch is talking about we not trading Brandon Ayuk, and Brandon Ayuk is on Twitter show me the money. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Maguire quotes up. You know what I'm saying? Like Hassan, like Dak Prescott's like the storylines. This is why the NFL is king. Because the storylines for the NFL never stop. They never stop. It's 24/7, 365.
Even in the summertime, we got shit that all the sports shows are talking about something because something's happening. Like you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Since the Super Bowl, it may have been 3 weeks where you didn't really hear much. But now since the tampering period is like that's all you hear about. That spring MLB is supposed to be this week is a bunch of opening days.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
Fucking training camp. I mean, not training camp. The legal tampering period is the headliner right now.
For sure.
Yeah. That's second page news. You know what I mean? The NBA is past mid-season. Tampering period.
And what's the NBA? NFL what is the NBA missing right now? That people are going. There's really no storylines. There's no Steph versus LeBron. Like there's no that
to talk about.
And here's the crazy part. Here's another dynamic to it. Let's not get crazy. Caitlyn Clark broke the scoring record, right?
Yep.
Which means she's been good for a while.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody cared until she started beefing with Angel Reese.
Tell this.
Right? Like,
Tell
nobody
this shit.
cared. Nobody cared.
She was in the
You know what I'm saying?
like
Like, the
this.
storylines are part of it, and that's what they're starting to, I think that's what they're starting to get, and hopefully they bring
The
us more.
controversy works.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes.
Because
The controversy works.
Like men have known all along, even bad press is press, which is good.
All news is good. All news about me is good news. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So
unless you Diddy.
you know what I mean? That fight that
Diddy is not
happened,
no good
that
news.
fight that happened on the court, not a fight, but that pushing match. That that was
Everybody
like,
watched it.
That week, that was like
Everybody was like,
trending
like, let me go see what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they need, and we don't want to promote violence, but
Listen,
I
I
promote sports violence.
I promote competitiveness.
Sports violence is okay with me.
So here we go.
I'm
Why
cool with
does
that.
it? Why? And I have the answer to my own question. Well, why doesn't the NHL get more traction than when it does? And that is the most violent sport.
Because it's not about just the violence; it's about the buildup.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Those fights that happen,
nobody-
they keep it G.
Yeah.
They fight, they go to their corner, it's
and nobody
done.
cares.
It never travels off that ring. If it was to travel, now if you
If they start talking
like Ern
shit,
said,
like,
if they start
gotta get
talking
your Twitter
shit,
finger.
hey, yo, I see you next game, da 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 da, and it got into the media and on Twitter and on Instagram, yo, the ratings on NHL would go up. It's a formula. We just fix sports
Because no, you Don, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't say you right a lot.
Fix sports.
And this is weird that we all agree. When it's less here, sometimes it's more. We keep saying
Do y'all think?
what?
Let me think about this real quick, for 2 seconds. Hold on, you don't. Our culture is in every sport.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Our culture is in every sport, off court, off field. Our culture is not in hockey.
It's not. Yeah.
Come on, hockey.
And Wayne Simmons just retired.
What's up, hockey?
That's
I feel like you're not paying attention, dog. Like, you better start.
One of the only
building.
African American hockey players
Not
that
the
played
only.
for the Flyers.
There's more.
No, I'm saying one of the only ones that ever played for
Right.
the Flyers retired. He actually came back home, signed a 1-year deal, and retired. I think
Start putting
like,
rinks in Ghana. Start putting
not-
rinks in Nigeria. And start getting these farm league teams
Not
out
to
here
get
out of Africa.
sidetracked.
I'm just saying.
hockey rinks in
I
Nigeria.
know Don got us on a pitch count, but
I'm
this
just saying, like,
weekend in my
there's
boredom,
a reason.
This weekend in my boredom, one of the things I did is I was just bored. So I was like, all right, I just started reliving rat beefs, right? Because of Kendrick joke, right? And listen,
First of all, that rat beef is trash.
it's trash
Go ahead.
because it's
so
manufactured. Now,
It's not even real beef.
It's not even real beef.
Competitive,
Right? It's just y'all just want to be competitive. Now I'm talking about. I'm into the
state
property versus the locks. You know what I'm saying? Like real rat beef
where someone
saying?
may die.
But it's not even about that. It's just
It's
about
not.
when you really
The mixtapes that
when
we putting out.
when you put
the
that much
songs that we
energy
put out back
into
then.
just wanting to be the best. I'm better than you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you drop something, I'm going to drop something. Let's go.
This like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
like a month in between
Bro,
bullshit.
but-
Dog. This shit's trash.
But I'm saying just in terms of like competitiveness, that's more what all sports need.
Reckless.
And that's why the NFL, like as much as we hate, I mean you're a Dallas fan, but as much as we hate other teams, let's not keep missing. The biggest storyline in NFL this entire season was 49ers versus the Eagles.
Mhm.
Because of the beef.
Yeah.
Because of the fan and sports are a
Because
provincial
the Debo
thing,
talking
right?
shit. It's
Like,
like you can
Now
go back,
it's not just you, it's the entire city versus this entire city.
And
This
then, and then
fan
you got
base
your
versus
players.
society.
Your players are leaking stuff on Instagram and Twitter,
Right.
and it's like, ooh, when whatchamacallit see that,
You got to
and
line
they
up
see
on. You got to
the
line up
field,
on me,
You
dog.
gonna have the answer. You gonna have receipts for that? Like,
But
yeah.
that's and that's what we got.
That's
That's
what
what
we-
we
yeah.
and Caitlyn Clark.
Yeah.
And now everybody is starting to tune in, but you got to keep it going.
Yeah.
It can't die. You know what I'm saying?
I need some NASCAR beefs. I need what's his name, Bubba. What's his the black race car driver? I need you to start getting more vocal out here, yo.
Well,
I'm talking right to you.
He pretty vocal.
He was
Bubba
vocal
Wallace.
when he got that noose in it.
Yeah, but that was social justice. I'm talking about, hey, I'm going up here. I'm not finishing less than third and guarantee it. And people will start watching because they will see you
So,
fail. And
I think the only thing
ratings
is that
will
with
go
that
up.
is like, dog, you like you don't look tough driving a fucking car.
It's
Like,
kind of hard.
I said, like, what am I doing? Like, because I'm going so fast, I can't do no gestures or nothing. Like, I can't do nothing wild. I can't shake and bake. That ain't real.
That's why the trash talk has got to be publicized off.
Well, so
away from the car.
one last thing I'll say, because
I'll take it.
Yeah, let's move on.
I'll take it.
Can I say one last thing?
I still would never watch
is
race
the
car
sports we love, we as a people love, right?
Yeah.
Or the sports that we as a people played.
Yeah.
But when we played it, when we played it, talking shit was a part of it.
Yeah.
It was like you couldn't get around. If you go to the court playing against your homies or playing against another rival neighborhood, or we talking some shit
all day.
If we playing football, what we doing? We talking some shit. You know what I'm saying?
What's your favorite card game to play?
Spades.
Why?
Because we talking some shit.
You talk shit.
That's facts.
50%.
Uno.
Talking
shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the facts.
It don't fucking matter.
All right, move on.
It don't matter.
Next topic.
We're gonna jump to the NFL a little bit. Well, not really NFL college football, right? So one of our favorite people to talk about, Deion Sanders, Deion, prime time. You know what I'm saying? And he said some things.
Yes, he did.
You know, he said some. And listen, some people might be in line with some of the things. Some people might. So let's get your thoughts on. So he's talking about his son, his kids, and Travis Hunter, who he calls his son also, right? And he says, you know, they're not going to just play for any team, right?
No. That's not the biggest thing he said. What? Is they not going any lower than the fourth pick.
I ain't hear that part, but if he said that, that's wild.
That's wild.
But the part that I was talking about is he said there's certain cities that is just not going to happen for it. We on some Eli shit is pretty much what he said. No, that's not what he pretty much. That's what he said.
That's what he said. Quote
right. So and here's granted, as a dad, I get it.
But before you get to that,
okay,
remind people that don't know, because we got people that watch, about the Chargers and the Giants and the Eli shit.
So Eli Manning coming out of Ole Miss. Yep. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Archie Manning. You know the Manning family is one of the powerhouses of the NFL, right? They didn't want to play. They didn't want to play for the Chargers. They didn't want to play for the Chargers. They thought it was a shite organization, and they wanted something to play somewhere else where Eli can get more exposure, become a bigger name. You know what I'm saying? And do his thing. So they told the Chargers that don't draft us.
No,
right? We don't want to be here. The Chargers had no one pick. Chargers ended up drafting them eventually anyway. Once drafted, they said we're not playing for you.
Not coming.
Right. So eventually, the Chargers traded Eli Manning to the New York Giants for Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Right. And swapped there, and then that became
worked out for both of them.
Worked out for both of them, I think. The crazy part is I would say Phillip Rivers was the better quarterback, honestly.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? Like Eli
that time.
Eli might have more accolades, but if you said in a vacuum, who would you want? Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers. I'm taking Phillip Rivers. Yeah. But so that became it didn't come commonplace, but that was one of the few times in NFL history where somebody really dictated where they were going.
Who did it? John Elway did it.
John Elway also did it.
Didn't Joe Montana do it?
No, Joe Montana didn't.
Who else?
Yeah, I think the
I know
big name players is Elway and Eli are the two that you want.
Eli. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking that Elway was what I'm thinking of.
But so Deion saying, yeah, like it's coming a time where players are going to be able to, and Caleb Williams kind of trying to do this thing, same thing, but we all know Chicago's taking him anyway, and he's going to end up playing for Chicago. Absolutely. So he's trying to manipulate the situation to get his son in the best situation possible, his son's in the best situation possible, and Travis Hunter in the best situation possible, which is cool, and I get it, but I don't think it flies.
I don't think it flies because they're not that. And like Travis Hunter has the best opportunity to say this.
No, I disagree.
You think Shador does?
And I'm gonna tell you why.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Travis
Hunter is a way better player.
Agreed.
Than Shador.
Agreed.
He can't, but he'd have more stance to dictate where he goes than Shador would. I don't see I agree with your premise.
I get. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Are you
but
saying?
I think the difference
Just
is
because it's Deion's son?
No, Shador's a quarterback. Quarterbacks have infinite more power in the NFL than any other player.
I don't know if Travis Hunter goes corner.
He's going corner. He has no choice.
So then he's
not gonna get a wide receiver.
Okay. I agree. I mean, he's definitely a better corner.
He's an average wide receiver. He's a great cornerback.
So that's becoming a bigger deal in the NFL.
Not than quarterback.
No, not than quarterback, but he's a better corner than Shador's a quarterback, and there's not a lot of places for Shador to go to be a quarterback.
Here's the crazy thing.
So guess what? Like he's not even that great of a quarterback.
To your point. Travis is probably better than Shador as a player.
Yes.
Shador will probably get drafted before Travis does because he's a quarterback. So when I say
maybe, but
when
that's fucking weird.
I say he has more, it is. When I say he has more power in that instinct, I'm saying people aren't.
There's a lot of there's a lot of quarterbacks out there who aren't going to go number one, like who aren't going to be the top, who aren't the top.
There's a lot of quarterbacks who should have never went number one.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, that's a good point too.
Right? There's a lot of quarterbacks that went in that and never.
I just feel like there's a lot of
Trubisky. You already know how I feel about the worst quarterback in NFL.
I mean, like, there's a lot of motherfuckers out here that like who are top tier right now.
Yeah,
that are destined to be backups for all their lives. That are better than Shador.
Correct.
So like,
what you're getting at is if they couldn't do it, he shouldn't be able to do it. I get, and I picked that.
Yeah,
up
like
too.
you can't pick. Dog.
Yeah.
Like you are a go who gets you
You're
guy.
not Caleb Williams,
right? Like you're a go whoever asked for you,
right.
Motherfucker. Like,
but his dad is also.
You don't got a fucking dance card, like motherfucker. When I snap, come here.
What he also has going for him is that his father
is Deion.
Yes,
so
that
yes.
He don't want for nothing.
Yeah,
right.
That's just fucking.
Travis Hunter got this grand NIL deal, right? So right now he don't want them for nothing, but don't play for a year. Don't sit out a year,
no cash.
And let's see how that works out. Now Shador sit out for 1 year, he's still rich because his dad always gonna be rich.
This is true.
So I think he has more power in that. Now, Shiloh, listen, my boy,
Shiloh. I know to notice that we didn't talk about this. You said both his sons. Shiloh need to go sit the fuck down.
Shiloh,
go home, my guy.
Shiloh, just be happy to get drafted.
No, you're going to get drafted because of your dad. You're welcome.
No, he's good.
He's not that good.
Shiloh's good enough to get drafted.
No, he is not.
He's
you
not.
are absolutely wrong.
Bro, there is
at safety.
There is
at safety
multiple rounds of the NFL draft. You telling me
he's not better than who the boy y'all got? Blankenship. He's not better than no Blankenship.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Shiloh is not better than Blankenship.
Reed Blankenship.
He not.
He get
I think Shiloh could go.
Reed Blankenship can hit, but he can't read.
Shiloh is average as a motherfucker, dog.
So I guess
he need to not get drafted.
He's not good in passing coverage.
Circling back, right? I just think Deion is.
He got 2 years in the league.
I think Deion's looking at this thing more as a father than the actual like an analyst or a coach. Because I think
so I think he's doing what we've seen, like the Mannings do. Other prominent,
ain't nothing wrong with it.
With white families, he's protecting his kids. He don't want his kids to go to any fugazi ass organization that he knows ain't gonna.
Right, that's what I said.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with
He's
it.
doing it.
As a fan, as a person who watches football, in my mind, none of this makes
we
sense.
As spectators need to remove
Right.
ourselves from the
No, I'm
thinking
with
that he's
that
doing
part.
this because he feels as though his kids are better than everybody else. No, he's doing this because he wants to protect his kids' future.
He's a father.
Because
I
I guarantee
I do the
Jets,
same shit.
If the Jets have the first round, they're not going to the Jets. They're not going to the Jets.
Why though?
Because the Jets
they
is
go
a
to New
horrible
York.
organization
They go to
that
New York.
destroys players.
But you know what's crazy?
They go to New York. Big market.
You know the weird part about this? No.
Giants, yes.
I agree with Don.
Jets are big market.
I agree with Don.
What's the name is there?
No, look what they did to Sam Darnold. Every
Darnold, Zach Wilson,
every quarterback that they brought through, they drafted, they've destroyed.
Because they're a shit organization.
There's exactly.
But
that's why Deion ain't gonna let him go there.
He should let him go there because they're not that good. They're not that good.
They also don't develop their players. They don't invest.
Cool. These
in their
motherfuckers,
players.
both of them are 3 years max. 3 years max of being relevant in the NFL.
Shador could.
Shiloh is 2 years max.
He can get 2 contracts.
No, I
Shador
don't.
can get 2
I
contracts.
do not think he can.
Bro, there's been worse quarter. Brock Purdy.
I
is
agree.
No. And it's not me too.
All he has to do
You
is
just got, that's a fall into the right situation.
Wait. Shador is on the par with Dak Prescott was in college.
But his dad is saying, I'm
No.
not going to let you go.
No.
Why
Dak
not?
was better than Shador.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Dak was mad in college.
No.
Hey,
he was above Shador.
He was Jalen Hurts at worst.
No, Jalen Hurts was a Heisman Trophy.
I would say Jalen Hurts was nice.
In college.
But he wasn't at these prestigious colleges. He started at Jackson State and then transferred to Colorado. So no, he's not going to get those.
You
looks.
said, but that ain't Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was at Alabama and Oklahoma.
I'm talking about his skill set. I'm talking about just his skill
Fair.
set.
I agree with that. But I'm just talking about in terms of play.
I don't agree. I don't think he's that good.
I've watched.
Yeah,
Shador.
I think you're tripping.
Shador's not that good. He's good. He's not that good.
Shador was one of the top. I put him at. He was a top 12 quarterback in college football.
So what about his game?
Shador's not as good as Drake May.
But what?
Drake May gonna be the second quarterback drafted.
And Drake May's not that good.
But Ryan, I'm asking you, what
Drake May's
about
also
his game wasn't
2
good?
years older than him.
This is what I'm saying. Like, he's not that good.
Are you saying
like
his arm strength, his decision making?
He's got a good arm.
He's got a good arm.
He's never been in a position yet. So maybe Shador could be that good.
Mm-hmm.
But he's never been in a position yet where he's excelled well as a quarterback. Like, he's never had a decent enough receiving core where he can showcase his skills. At Jackson State, he's playing against subpar.
But you've seen
subpar.
You've seen
he's playing against subpar
back.
competition where he doesn't have to be that good. He's going to use his legs more than often. He models or he doesn't necessarily model his game, but his game looks like Lamar Jackson. But he hasn't shown us that he can actually be a quarterback like Lamar Jackson has shown us he can be.
So, but like you, to your credit, right?
He might be, but all he does is run because he doesn't have.
Lamar,
we haven't seen him have to do anything else.
Lamar had a more complete team around him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he has no like.
To your credit,
I haven't seen him play with anybody that's been worthwhile, and a lot of his decision making isn't great.
So that's what I was asking you.
It's not.
If you go to decision making,
it's not good.
But if you see him take his 3-step drop, you see him, he looks from left to right.
Sure, his footwork
he delivers a ball, and the ball is usually on target. That I can say
accurate.
He's in control of. He does a good job of. I can't say I watch him drop back and then take off running and then say I saw open receivers. You can't say that. So he's not dropping back and just taking off running like how sometimes we said Lamar used to do.
Right.
The only thing that we can't argue with is what you just said. So like,
all right. So if you're an NFL owner and Shador, let's say the Shador has a great season this year, right? Let's say so they build up the offensive line. Let's say they compete, they do it much better. Because first of all, here's the crazy part about Deion's statement. You're saying it at a time where they're coming off a bad year. That's the part that really fucks it up, right? Like, they didn't have that great of a year. But let's say they have a great year. Let's say they come off a great year. Right, Shador is one of the top 3 quarterbacks, right? And we are all in agreement in that. It's hypothetical. You're an owner. Yeah. You're the owner of the Jets. You got the number 2 pick, right? He's the second, third. 2 and 3 are interchangeable as who's the quarterback, right? And you're leaning towards him. Deion said, "Come, bro. We not don't draft us, bro. You're the owner." What would you do? How would you feel?
I would feel disrespected.
Mm-hmm.
I'd feel disrespected because I'm willing to give your kid a chance who isn't that great.
Would you draft him in spite? Or would you say?
I know I'm not drafting him because then he's like, you're fucking my money up. But like, I just like,
okay.
I don't think you don't have the resume to dictate.
Now
this year has to be wild.
Let's say
let's
say he wins the Heisman this year. He's the number one quarterback.
Maybe not.
All right,
Because what that tells me is that you've developed your game better. You've worked on your game.
Let's say he's the number one quarterback coming out. You got the number 2 pick.
I'm trying to think who's there right now. He could easily be the number one quarterback because there's nobody else out there right now.
So then how does that affect the?
I still don't think you're a dictator.
You are the Jets. You needed a quarterback. You need a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers tired.
He's not a dictator.
Aaron Rodgers got hurt again, right? He done got hurt again. You need a quarterback to save your life.
He's not a dictator talent.
And Deion said, "We not coming to you." And know how you feel about it. But you need a quarterback, and he the best quarterback in the draft.
I'm blackballing him to the league. I'm calling all my friends. I'm black, no Diddy in them. I'm black, no Diddy. I'm calling my homies. Like, yo, we're not the fucking 8th round.
You tell us when.
All right, listen. We just got some breaking news.
Breaking news. Oh,
breaking news. Y'all don't.
Is it real breaking news?
It's real breaking.
What
does that mean? Listen to this. Draymond Green and Steve Kerr were separated at practice after getting into an altercation.
I think that was false. I seen that earlier, Don. I don't think that's
is that
true. Real? I think it's satire. We gotta before we speak on it. I think it's fake.
Ain't no way Draymond Green.
It would have been on. It would have been on ESPN and all types of network. Who's the source on this one?
Adrian Wojnarowski.
Is it real? Is this Woj's really account? Or because he got, Woj got. There's a lot of. I'm just saying,
no. It's at Woj with the blue check.
There's a lot of Woj accounts. I gotta pull this up. If it's Woj, then we gonna speak on it.
This is wild. And Draymond I just saw a commercial yesterday where Draymond, I forget what it was advertising, but he talks about, hey, when you make bad decisions,
so I don't got that on my Woj account.
Check Happy Hour Sports.
But I'm looking on Woj's Twitter, right?
Yes.
When was this put out?
Don't know.
Yeah, so
look in Happy Hour Sports.
Don,
but if you Google Draymond Green,
but
none of that shit comes up.
So I think it's fake, Don.
Okay.
I'm looking at Woj's account, right?
Somebody put it in our
4
Happy
minutes
Hour Sports podcast.
Nah, that's fan. It's the fan account. Look, that's a fake ass account. That's a fake.
Yeah, that's a fake Woj.
It's a fake one.
They try to get us, man. We on top.
It's close. It's
here,
close.
Right?
Okay,
close.
Listen,
close.
Appreciate.
Fucking Rob put that shit in there.
Rob put it on.
We dead, or we still live?
Good.
Oh. Fake news. Didn't happen.
You're there, Don. The audio's there.
Don, can you hear us?
The audio's there.
So yeah, fake news, but moving forward. Ryan, you had a topic you wanted to talk about. So I'm just. You said it was something about so Ryan. I ain't gonna lie. Also, in case y'all didn't know, in case y'all was wondering, I'm an amazing joke teller.
Jesus, this was not my topic.
This is not his. I'm not gonna go ahead,
topic.
but I'm one of the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know. But Ryan,
you're not the best.
So lifestyle topic. It was a lifestyle topic, right? And Ryan saw a clip where girls were on a date or on a birthday situation. I'm assuming this is the clip I'm talking about. And you talking about splitting the bills?
Yeah, it might have been. That was so long ago. I forgot. But go ahead. No, I'm with you.
Don't put stuff into the group chat if you can't remember.
I know, man. I thought you put that in there.
You type what?
All right, we're fine. Just keep going. I remember.
Imagine your woman is out.
A lot of makers.
It's her birthday. It's her birthday. She's out on a date. Her friends are out there. Don, you show up. You show up. Wish Jules a happy birthday. It's not Jules' birthday, by the way, but say it was right. You show up. When you show up, all her friends now expect you to pay the tab. Right?
I knew where you was going.
Right? It's a wild premise. You know what I'm saying? But it's a thought that a lot of people have. Right? If you're the only man,
a lot of people or a lot of women.
There's some men out there that will ride for that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been there if you didn't know what it was.
Okay, I can speak on it.
It's fucking weird. Like I
can speak on it. So if you are the man and you planned for this interaction with your girls, homegirls, whatever, then yes. If you plan for it, then yeah, offer to pay for one round, not the entire night.
Okay.
Not the entire night. You pay for dinner and one drink for everybody. After that, they on their own. Now, if like you said, you pull up, you're only obligated to buy your girl a drink, and your girl should speak up. My man is not your man. He should not have to pay for you. That is your girl's opportunity to make that statement. And if she doesn't, you check her later. That's all I got to say on it.
All right, that's a fair point, because like the whole thing we was like watching or whatever I was watching or listening to, it was so much back and forth that it was confusing me, because like, where did why do I owe you like this whole thing? And like, and if I was going to do it, I would have made it known, not like wildly and like exorbitantly, like, oh, I'm out here. Like, no, I'd have came in and said to whoever, like, hey, like, I want to pay for this. And it wouldn't have been a question. We wouldn't have had to have thought about it, wouldn't have had an argument about it. But like, also, if I just showed up, you left the crib thinking you was gonna pay for all the shit. Not necessarily my girl, but like all the people that came, like you sliding. Like you left the crib, your house, to go out for the birthday party, expecting to pay whatever you was gonna pay.
You supposed to be an independent woman,
right? But me showing up didn't change that fact. You still was gonna pay whatever the fuck you was gonna pay when you left the crib. So just because you saw me doesn't mean I owe. And like that's like what it was. Like, well, you should have never came. And I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I didn't come for y'all. I came for her.
I just did like that. Should like just bothered me. Like,
because
as a man, if you showed up, right, the only reason I did that was to look good and to like make you look good and make you look good in front of your girl, because like now I'm loved because I came out there, like boom, I did that. I didn't come here to do anything else. I'm actually leaving. Yeah, like I'm actually leaving.
I didn't come here.
I'm not staying with y'all.
Why? Explain to me why I'm paying for these grown women to drink and talk.
Right.
Like I love my girl. I'm going to pay for my girl. Now, but there again, like I said, if you put it together, like I know I planned a party for my wife where I contacted all her friends from school, college, work, everything. And I said, here's some money for everybody to drink, eat, whatever. But I planned that.
Wanted to do it.
If one of her homegirls planned it, and then they took her out, and then she hit me up and was like, yo, stop by the restaurant. And I just stopped by. Dog, I didn't budget for this. Like, this is America. Like,
I got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Like, I also pay for us to live. So you want her to live in the dark so that I could pay for y'all to have drinks?
I think the premise that
I pay the bills in this.
The premise
she got the spending money. She should be paying.
I think the premise that you go out, you eat, drink, and be merry on somebody else's dime is just wild in itself.
I think it's wild. I think it's wild because we've never been able to do that.
No, I think it's wild. Like to assume. If
I was a woman, I'd be doing that shit.
No,
I'm not selling pussy, but I'm out here.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
No, I'm not selling pussy, but I'm gonna figure out how to get these drinks though.
Listen, I think, but I'm saying like
I have cab fare.
I'm not, as a woman, I would never, if I was, God damn.
So better. Here's a better one for you.
I mean,
now
like,
this
not bad. Like
I did too.
I don't think this like what we're saying is like it's not a bad thing. We're saying like it's just like
back in the day.
There's a difference.
Before I was married, when I was out here in the world.
When you was out here in the world.
I saw a girl that I thought was attractive.
Yeah.
She was out with some friends. I did not just go buy her a drink. Mm-hmm. I brought them all a drink, but I got her a different drink, and I just got them like.
Did those women all come out? Did those women all come out expecting you to buy? So that's my
no.
So
I'm saying I didn't know these girls at all. I didn't know any of them.
That's different though. I think that's different because we're talking about birthday dinners, celebrations, right? So if we go out as guys, right? the second Don like, yo, we about to go to motherfucking, we about to hit shit.
Landmark.
Nah, can't do Landmark. We a little better. I love Landmark though. But
Charlie B's.
Listen, we going to Charlie B's. We going to Charlie B's,
Okay.
brothers. You know what I'm saying? We going to do X, Y, Z. I'm not coming out with the notion that somebody else is. I have to have enough cash to cover whatever I feel as though I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm coming out, then I'm capable. So if Jules pulled up and was like, I got y'all, don't even worry about it. Boom, boom, bop. I'll say less, but I'm not assuming that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not. I'm definitely not gonna get mad if Jules like, I'm not buying y'all no drinks. I don't need you to buy me no drink.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Okay, so in that sense, we're men still. We have a different mentality than women, and I think that's we have a different mentality than a good amount of women. I think that's a little bit different, but like in this scenario, for anybody, I'll say anybody, male, female, I don't give a fuck. Like any group of people that was out at that time to expect me to pay would be wild. Like it's just a wild thought process for you to look at another human being and have expected just because I rolled up there.
Pay the tab gonna be paid before y'all get there. It's not gonna be me show up and then y'all be like, you should pay the tab. Like you shouldn't have to.
It's just a weird notion to be like, oh, I saw him, so we're good here. No, like we're like no.
But I have heard my dad say, and I've heard older men say, if you see a woman and you want a good chance to talk to her, don't just buy her a drink. You buy her and her homegirl a drink too, because now her homegirl is a mouthpiece.
Yeah, we talking about.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
No,
like, I've never done that.
One drink.
I've never done that.
You talking about a possible $30 tab? You talking about 8 to 10 girls at dinner?
One drink.
$700 tab.
Oh yeah, and nothing over 4. I'm not buying 5 chicks.
But I've also never done that.
Yeah, I ain't.
And
not to say this is wrong. I just never.
Here's where you get the pushback. It's on that female to be like to check her homegirls. You shouldn't have to check. If that girl is not checking her homegirls, like, hey, bitches, like this man is here for me. Like let me get treated, because the more he treat all of us, that's the less he's going to spend on me.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? So she should be checking them like, hey,
Don knowledge hour right now.
One drink. And it's got to be like a Bud Light Lime. Like y'all not gonna be in here getting
the Mai Tais,
and what's the Long Island iced teas. No, y'all not getting that. Y'all getting a White Claw.
Well drinks. Drinks.
Y'all getting a Light Claw or a Tito's lemon drop.
Yeah,
Call it a day. Go get your own motherfucker out here to buy you a drink.
I feel that. I feel you on that.
But to be hospitable, I'm going to offer. Now, the also hospitable thing to do is these older women need to start telling these young women, "Coof, say no." You can say no. No, I'm good. I got my own bread.
Cool.
Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
You don't have to take everything that's offered.
Save my time and my money.
All right. So one last topic.
Next topic.
And Don, you don't have this on the agenda because I just realized I forgot to add it, but it's something we got to talk about, right?
Shoot.
It's the proposal. Well, not the proposal at this point. The NFL rule changes.
Yeah.
The tush push wasn't on it.
Tush push was not on it. You're excited. Pause.
Yo, because they'll never be able to do that shit again.
No
Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Yo, because you're not gonna be able to do it no more.
So the rule changes that did go through. I'm talking about the lesser value ones first. So challenges used to get 2.
Yeah.
If you succeeded 1 now, you get 3. You get an extra 1. Right? So you got to get 2 wrong in order to just keep 2, right? If you get 1 of 1, you get 3. You get 2 of 2, you get 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Stupid.
I think it's great.
It's stupid.
I think challenges are I think the NFL should automatically challenge things.
That's what I'm saying. Like you shouldn't have to have a challenge, and it sounds like a fucking. It sounds like a Mario power up.
But they gave us pass interference challenges, and then they took them away
because they don't.
And they took them away, and no one even knew that they took them away. Did you know that we didn't have them last year?
They only gave it to us for the preseason. It was never a season that you could challenge.
Okay,
Yeah.
It was?
they gave it to
Preseason.
ever
They
since
tried
that
it out.
New Orleans.
I thought it was.
No,
That New Orleans game.
Yeah.
they tried it out.
It was
Tried
a
it out.
tryout. They said we had it, and then when they went to use it, it was not
Kickoffs change. So if you kick the ball from the end zone, it goes out of bounds. Instead of starting at 35, now you start at 30, right? Because they want to encourage more kickoff returns. Apparently,
if you kick the ball,
They might as well, they're going to start. They're going to start at the 50 at some point. Like,
if you kick the ball off from wherever you kick it from, and it goes through the uprights, you should get 1 point.
then you would lose a game because there's some kickers that would just kick it through the uprights.
How do you lose it? It's only 1 point.
Do you get the ball after I kick it through the uprights and I get 1 point? Do they still get the ball?
You get the 1 point, and the other team gets the ball wherever they're saying that you get the ball.
That's wild though, because every time I score, I'm
trying to kick it through the upright. Because not every time it's going to go through the upright.
I don't want to give kickers no more power though. Kickers make. I don't think. No. If I don't kick, or how about this?
I don't hate it because it'd be interesting.
I can give you a football right now. You can run. You have a better chance of running for a touchdown than anything. That's 6 points. I could throw you a pass.
Mm.
You at Ernest Drummond right now today. No way you kick a field goal.
I can kick it. I teach kids how to kick 20-yard field goals.
20-yard field goals.
Yeah. Where you putting me at?
6-yard field goal.
Absolutely not.
No.
Not on my best day.
One of the hardest things to do. It should be more than 3 points.
All right. Well,
anything over 30
How about this? You gotta
see. I don't want that. I don't want us to start doing this nonsense.
Yeah, that's what
I don't want us to start doing like fucking Mario Kart.
50
fucking
anything over over 50
that's
yards.
Fantasy.
That's Madden challenges.
Anything
like,
over the 50-yard line.
Dog.
Like if you had the other person's 45 and you kick that field goal, 6 points, dog.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
I think once you line up,
hard, Ryan.
I think once you line up, listen.
No, Diddy. I said
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. You wild.
No, Diddy.
I think if you line up to kick it, I think I'm fine with your rule. If I kick it off, but I got to tell the ref I'm trying to kick it through the end zone, and if I miss, I get 1 point deducted.
So if you're saying, if it goes through the uprights, if it goes through the uprights, you get a point.
Yeah.
If you miss,
if you say it, you can just be like, I'm just kicking.
Maybe it's not even a point. Like now you start at the 45.
That adds a little.
Now you start at the 45
or something like that.
Something like that. I'm cool with that, but.
It has to be a directed
but
play.
I think
it has to be a directed play.
It can't be enough points to change the outcome of a game.
Yeah,
I think the rules have taken away, like kickoff returns used to be a big part of the game, and now you barely see them. Like you barely there's Devin Hester would give you one every other game.
But they also said the reason
they're definitely the most violent. Concussion. Oh, they're definitely the most violent. But
I'm over.
Motherfuckers aren't getting concussions anyway.
Remember in the 80s when they used
and
to
guess what? The motherfuckers getting concussions aren't the people we care about.
They used to set up the wedge in the 80s and the 90s.
The motherfuckers that get concussions, they not what we care about.
The most controversial rule.
Can somebody explain this to me? How did they figure setting up a wedge led to more concussions than not? And you just running full speed. You're running full speed. And the person catching the ball don't have no blockers and he's running full speed.
There was somebody called a wedge buster.
Yeah.
And his goal.
That was me.
His goal.
I was a wedge buster.
Run as fast as you can
and just go.
And just blow through this wedge.
I have no assignment. I got no assignment. I don't got lane discipline. Yeah. I got nothing. But all I see is this. And it would say, Ryan, go.
Blow it up.
And I would just because I could fly. I was small, but I could take a hit. I would just fly.
No Diddy.
My whole job was to just go through that way, hit that main, hit the dude in the middle.
No Diddy.
But so hear me out. If you go
your whole job was to hit that main dude.
If you go down and you do that, right?
That's wild. Give me some grace. My man just said. I
said no Diddy. I said no Diddy.
To go through and hit that main dude.
No Diddy.
So if you do that, playing football, the smallest movements can make the biggest difference, right? Yes. So if you go down and you just put your hand out like this, you break the wedge. You break the wedge. Playing football, I know that is a reality.
What?
You can just break the like if you run down and you hit the person, you don't have to hit him. You just do like this. That wedge is now destroyed.
No,
because that
you-
person-
it's not. That is not how that shit works.
Listen.
That is not how that works.
Listen.
And I know I've had at
Ernest
least
running
four.
full-
Norris
if
had
Ernest
football
running
was
full
different.
speed at
I've
me,
had at least 4
Hold
concussions.
on.
I know that
if
for a fact.
Ernest running full speed at me, and I'm running full speed at Ern, the smallest thing I can do to him is going to break the wedge. Because all you have to do is go through and hit him. He's going to hit the person next to him. They're going to trip and fall, and the wedge is busted. You don't have to go down and put a hat on somebody. You don't.
Well, then
Jason Kelsey, if you watch Jason Kelsey, he's considered the greatest center of all time because he lead blocks like a fullback. If you go back and look at those lead blocks, he's not destroying people. He's going down. He's going like this. But when somebody is
So you
running,
gotta understand.
hold on. When somebody is running, and you just do like this, like a stiff arm, it knocks their trajectory off. That's all you need to do. That's it.
There's more there. There's more there.
I'm sorry.
It really isn't.
There's way
I'm
more
praying
than
he
that.
wasn't running the wedges.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, bro. Look, go back.
I
Go
never,
back to 80s
I
and
never,
90s.
I never did it by like misdirecting somebody.
But
I-
you could have.
I threw my full
because they're also
weight and
running.
force into getting out and making even if you were going to part the seas for me, then either I was going to disrupt him back, but I've now disrupted your wedge. So whether I impacted you physically, I did it.
But
I did my
all
job.
you need to do is impact the wedge, slow the wedge down, because that fast dude in the back behind there
Guess
is only running as fast as the slow dude in front of him.
Guess what
So
was more
all
fun
you
to
have
me,
do
Don?
is-
Guess what's more fun to me? Knocking somebody's fucking head off.
I get
Yes,
that.
That's what I want.
So you don't let them do that. You run and you go like this and you just push them.
Couldn't do
That's
that.
it.
Don,
Because
Don.
those legs are running.
I
fast.
don't understand how you run at full speed and just go, hey.
Bro, run it full speed.
You pushing me, you stiff arming me, at a front. Stiff arms work sideways
Bro,
at
try
an
it out.
angle.
Try it out.
I'm just saying, stiff arms work sideways.
I know.
If I'm running full speed and you put your hand
you
out
two are
here
coaches.
in
You
front,
two are football coaches.
yeah,
right?
if you put your hand out in front, I'm breaking your elbow.
And when you do that, it's going to mess up your footwork.
It messes up my elbow.
That's
And
cool.
your
My
footwork.
elbow's broke.
But it
these
don't.
are not trained. Like these aren't like your most athletic people. That's why they're on kickoff return.
But that's what I'm saying. That hurts my elbow. I'm broken.
Yes, and you're also going to get out the way. And then the next person, me and you, are now out the play. So that next person, there's also 11 other people.
No,
on
for
the
sure.
field. So it's ways to get at them. They don't being a so-called wedge buster, people going down and throwing their head in the ring, like that was a problem.
So
Yes. You didn't have to
a wedge
do that,
buster
though.
though will disrupt more than one person.
Yeah,
Well,
like
so will you go down and you just push them,
Nah,
well, how about this?
bro?
Don?
I'm
How about
telling
this?
you,
In all the years of football,
because of the way they were told to do, because of what they were told to do.
you don't
no
think
one
that
ever-
like so there's smart coaches out here that like will find a way to do things differently, right? You know that if that was the actual thing,
did.
that would have been done.
they did it?
No,
A
they
lot of
just
teams
they
did
just
it.
changed. No one ever just said, "Hey,
They did, right?
blow on
I
them."
can't dispute
and-
that
and-
it
and
happened.
make 'em go,
No.
I
I'm
don't-
not saying blow on them or none of that.
I've never
I'm
seen
saying
that shit.
don't
No,
go down and lead with your head.
wow,
All I'm
guys,
saying is
no
don't go
Diddy.
down and lead with your head.
No Diddy.
If you go down
No Diddy.
and you lead with your hands, you're not getting a concussion.
Blow
is
on
what
him
I'm
and
saying.
lead with his
you
hands
break
is
that
wild.
wedge, but you don't have to go down like this.
No, that's what I'm doing.
blow on him.
Exactly,
Don't-
and that's why it's illegal.
You don't
now.
gotta just blow him, but just
if
lead with your hands.
If you
is
just
wild.
run down, if you just run down the field and run through the wedge,
Right,
and no one puts their head down, you're still a wedge buster. You still did your job, but didn't get a
I
concussion.
don't like it. Like I don't. That doesn't make any sense.
So to the point I was trying to get to, guys,
Go ahead.
the most controversial rule change was the hip drop tackle has now been outlawed.
Somebody made a smart comment about that. Who was it?
Nobody. It's a
It
stupid.
was. I
rule.
just.
Who said it? I mean, so a lot of NFL players are against it.
I think it's dumb. I hate it.
Slay said something today.
You're trying to take
It's
out
gonna
all.
be a lot of mishaps. It was a big thing.
It is going to be a lot of
Everybody
mishaps.
thought he was talking about Bradbury. He said it's gonna be a lot of missed tackles. He wasn't. He was talking about this rule change.
Bradbury doesn't make tackles.
I think it's
You're going to. You can try to.
so for those uninformed, when they speak the hip drop tackle, they means, you know, you gather from behind 2 hands and you use your weight to bring a player. No, Diddy.
Excuse me? He said gather them from behind.
I said you gather them from behind.
So those tackles where you just grab somebody's waist and you just let your feet drag and you let them.
No, it's not even let your feet drag. It's using your weight.
But like you're like you do this and like
you swing your weight.
You swing your weight.
Yeah. So
that promotes hip displacement and all that.
But here's the thing about the NFL that I feel like they federal. I feel like
these motherfuckers are strong as fuck.
No,
like,
you're looking at this thing. I think they're looking at this thing completely wrong. Like if I'm Darius Slay, if I'm Trayvon Diggs, if I'm Shador, Charvarius Ward, I'm trying to Derrick Henry in an open field,
right, where he's running. Right? You're flat-footed. He's running full speed.
I got two. I really have 2 options.
Push him out of bounds.
I can take your knees out.
I can break his legs.
Which is also a dirty.
Yeah, I want to break his legs.
Right, like I don't get it. Like they make it.
You can't let him pass you and then grab onto
as a defensive player
to the back of his pass because that's a horse collar.
You can't hit him low. You can't hit him with your helmet. You can't use your weight. You can't use your weight to tackle him. You can't let your weight fall on him. You can't grab the nameplate.
You can't lead with a helmet.
You can't lead it. Like it's a lot, bro.
Really hard to make a tackle.
It's really hard to make a play. It's really hard to make a tackle. And it promotes.
These motherfuckers are humongous.
But this is what Slade was talking about. But the media,
the Philly media,
they manipulated his words. Now they running with. He said it's gonna be a bunch of missed tackles because they didn't cut Brad.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you.
Manipulate is not a word.
Not a word.
Manipulate.
He said manipulate. That's what I'm
Manipulate is not a word.
It is not.
I pray that you don't think that's a word.
I think it's a word.
Nope.
Nah, it's not. It's not worth you googling.
Don't even
tell you right now.
I apologize.
Don't even do it.
Manipulate is not a
all
word.
the time.
I hope you don't use that all the time.
Manipulative.
All the time.
Manipulative. Manipulate.
So the crux of the argument is all the rules that come out are making it hard for defensive players as opposed to offensive players.
So for sure.
More scoring, X, Y, Z. And I get it, but at the same time, at what point do they get to the point where it's just not football? Because you can't make something unsafe.
So what's
safe, what they're trying to do?
What's their hip drop argument? Like
is that players get hurt because they don't have their legs under.
Position.
And I'm like, bro, that's tackling.
It is tackling.
That's tackling.
You can't the way coaching, Pop Warner, the way you teach them to make contact in like the Pop Warner way is not the way every position, every tackle, everything. It's not the way every tackle happens. Mm-hmm. Like you just can't do it. It's not a factual thing. So yes, I'm going to teach you the right way to do it because when that situation comes up, I need you to do it. But what I also tell them is I need you to make contact and get him down. I don't really care how you get him down as long as you don't horse collar him because that's how you play football. Like that's if all you can do is grab this man's ankles, grab his ankles. I don't need you to get him a hit stick every time. I just need you to tackle this man. So a hip drop is, guess what? He's a little bit better than me. He's a little bit bigger than me, and I grabbed his waist and I
no Diddy. Wow.
What is it better and bigger?
Think about what you said.
He's a little bit better. He's a little bit bigger.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
I'm just saying.
Yikes.
That's a regular way to make it.
That's wild.
That's a normal way to make a tackle. It shouldn't be outlawed. That shit's stupid. We're going to see a bunch of stupid
here's
and a lot of stupid penalties.
The question is here's the bigger point.
Because now what is that?
The bigger point for me, and this will be my last statement, and I'll let y'all close it out. But the bigger point for me is that it becomes subjective because now you got refs calling it.
What is
right?
It? What is?
And they it is like 3 points to the rule. Like they have to have both hands on them. They have to unweight themselves is what the terminology is. What the fuck is unweight yourself mean? Like if I'm a ref, I'm like, yo, you're making it so you know how as a coach you say, don't ever let the refs decide a game.
They can. This is their decision.
It's no way a ref can't decide a game. Like, oh, you going for the game-winning drive? He tackled you. It's first and 15. Flag, first and 15.
Rob Kelly just apologized. He said, "I just seen that it said fan page."
But I'm saying, like, so, like, if you do the shit that's like when they say don't put your weight on the quarterback, it's like, when is that? When are you not doing it? Because I do this. Is that not putting my weight on him, or but like it's subjective. Like that's really subjective. And I tackled you, but I put my hands hit the ground first. But like,
so if I jump from 3 yards away, if I dive for a QB 3 yards away in midair, I need to determine and plan out my fall. Yeah. That's crazy.
Wow.
But even with that, let's say the hip drop. But if you jump 3 yards away, your feet aren't under you. But I'm just making a legal play. But also, you could say I'm using my weight because now what I'm doing is not using my legs.
But let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Like it's
if
really
somebody
weird.
These rule changes for just talking about the QB.
Are these like
the QB hits?
Yeah.
These aren't these
voted on.
These
Jerry
aren't
Jones approved.
These aren't for your rookie quarterbacks. These I don't even know a
quarterback.
I don't even know a quarterback in the league that they would like. Tom Brady used to get these calls, but then a player like Jalen Hurts or Tyrod Taylor wouldn't get them.
But it's not even just for quarterback; it's for any ball carrier.
I understand that, but I'm saying before you watch games where you're like, "Oh, yo, that's an illegal hit," and because it wasn't Tom Brady or Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers, they wouldn't get the call.
Yeah, I get it.
So you want them to change all these rules? It's got to apply to. It's got to protect everybody.
Listen, and here's the thing: the NFL knows we're going to continue to watch, so they don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'll be locked in.
But like next subject.
All right,
I think that's it. Don, we going.
So next subject, but also question.
Yeah, shoot. It's an hour 21. This went fast.
Is there a point where we'll stop watching?
No.
If they start getting to flag, I'll stop watching.
If they what? Say that?
Like flag, like if it gets to the point, there is a point. Everybody has a point of demarcation where you're like, I can't get down with this no more, right? And if it gets to the point where you can't tackle, like if they're like, yo,
flag football.
No, even so, like somebody suggested like somebody suggested like, oh, when you got a player wrapped up, they should just blow the whistle. Like, no, it's not football, bro. It's not football at the same time.
But they have that rule.
No, they don't.
Have in the grass.
Not in the grass. I'm talking
you're talking about like
you're
talking about like
they're talking about momentum
for progress and stuff.
Cool, that's different than the second I put two hand. That's two hand touch at that point. I can't get down.
What I'm saying is there is a form of that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where, like a player don't have to be down, but if it's for progress and move,
for sure,
they'll just say it's in the grass, call it, blow the whistle.
Then for sure.
I think everybody.
But I seen Carson Wentz where they blew the whistle. Oh God.
Don will always bring the shit back to the Eagles.
Carson Wentz.
He's been watching the Carson Wentz.
I see Carson Wentz.
We want to thank everybody for joining, man. This is Wings, Whiskey, and Sports. As we like to say on this show, sometimes less is more, man. Check us out every Monday.
I'm the more.
Great show tonight, fellas.
Whoa.
Is that
no Diddy?
Yeah, no, I felt it. I felt it when I said it. I felt it.
Hold
It was
on.
weird.
I got it right here. I got it up.
I felt it. It was.
Whoa, I felt it. No Diddy. Good night.